Okay, here we go. Chem 110B sample final number 4. It's another balancing problem in which the H plus and the H2O in acidic or the OH minus and the H2O in basic aren't shown. How you go about doing your business is exactly the same whether you're doing the arrow method or the half reaction method. If you like the arrow method, just do that one and then skip it, the rest of it. If you like the half reaction method, skip this first part and then just look at the half reaction method. Okay, here we go. Oxidation numbers. -2 plus 5, because 5 minus 6 is equal to -1. Atom by itself is 0. Element -8. So bromine is a +7. Individual monatomic ion is the oxidation numbers of charge. Okay, draw arrows. Bromine to bromine. Fluorine to fluorine. Temporary balance. 1 bromine for every 1 bromine, but for every one of these, there's 2 Fe's, so we need 2 over here. That becomes really important whenever we do the electrons lost, gained, and balanced. 1 times +5 is equal to +5. 1 times +7 is equal to +7. How do you get from +5 to +7? You lose 2 electrons. Here we have 2 fluorines. Here we only have 1 bromine, but here 2 fluorines times 0. So 2 times 0 is 0 total oxidation number on this side. We have 2 fluorines here, both of which are -1. To get both of the fluorines to go from 0 to -1, we're actually taking 2 of which total of 0, 2 of which total of -2. To get from 0 to -2, you need to add 2 electrons. 2 of them, right? Another way to think about this is that is fluorine. This is 2 fluoride ions. It takes 1 electron each time, or a total of 2 electrons added. Okay? That's how we go about thinking about this. If you like the picture method, use it. Otherwise, make sure you temporary balance and then add them up. If there's losing electrons and adding electrons is the same, everybody gets multiplied by 1. So this one jumps up here, and this one jumps up here. It becomes 1 times 1, 1 times 1. We rewrite 1 BrO3 minus 1 plus 1 F2 goes to BrO4 minus 1 plus F minus 1. We're not sure what these are yet. 1 bromine, 1 bromine, 2 fluorines, 2 fluorines. Good. Now what? This time we're adding basic solution. Basic is hydroxide ion, and solution is water. We do the charge, and then we do the oxygen. So let's balance the charge using hydroxide this time. So the charge says this is 1 times -1 plus 0. So it's -1 on the left. Charges on the ions. And then on this side we got 1 times -1 plus 2 times -1, or -3 on the right. So that we have to add 2 times -1 or 2 hydroxide ions? Sure, because now that ends up with a -3 charge and a -3 charge. Now we're going to balance the oxygens. There's 2 oxygens from the hydroxides and 3 oxygens from the BrO3 minus 1, or 5 oxygens on the left. So we need 5 oxygens on the right. There's 4 oxygens there. So we need 1 more oxygen. That means 1 water. And 2 hydrogens balances. We are done. And I'm almost 100% sure that the half reaction method in basic solution is a big old pain in the butt. In fact, it's a big enough pain in the butt that I'm going to get an extra sheet of paper and do it right over top. Hold on. Okay, I need more room here. So if we're doing BrO3 minus 1 plus F2 goes to BrO4 minus 1 plus F minus 1 basic solution. Okay, how do we go about doing that business? Well, let me get rid of this book for a second. We'll compare it whenever we get the thing done. Well, you have to separate it out into their half reactions, right? So this is a half reaction method this time. So we're talking BrO3 minus 1 goes to BrO4 minus 1, and then we got F2 going to F minus 1. Okay? Balance those atoms first. 1 of these, 2 of those. Then we add H2O to balance the oxygens. 1 H2O. None here. Then we add H plus to balance the hydrogens. We just added 2 hydrogens on the left, so we have to add 2 H pluses on the right. No hydrogens here. Then we add electrons to balance the charge. We've got a minus 1 here and a plus 1 here, right? I'm sorry, let's figure out this total. So this is a total of minus 1. What does this add up to? This is a minus 1 plus a plus 2, so that ends up as a plus 1, right? Total of plus 1 on the right, total minus 1 on the left, so we have to add 2 electrons over here to get this to balance out. If we have a minus 2 on this side, we need to add 2 electrons on that side to balance things out. Alright, if we were doing acidic solution, we'd basically be done. We have to add the 2 together, making sure the electrons cancel out. But we're not in acidic solution, we're in basic. So you can't have any H pluses in basic. It can only be OH minus. So you have to neutralize the H plus by adding hydroxides on this side, but you have to add the same number of hydroxides on that side. Okay, we spend our time adding waters to balance oxygen and adding H plus to balance hydrogens. And electrons to balance charge. If you add something with oxygens and hydrogens and a charge just on one side, nothing will be balanced, so you have to add them to both. Well, and by the way, we don't have anything on that side because we don't have any H pluses to deal with. So over here on this half reaction, this adds up. 2 H pluses plus 2 OHs makes 2 H2Os. Okay? Which cancels out this H2O. Ends up being just 1. Okay, so now that's balanced for basic solution. Now we add them up on both sides. 1 BrO3 minus 1 plus 2 OH minus 1 makes 1 BrO4 minus 1 plus 1 H2O plus 2 electrons. And on this side it's 2 electrons plus 1 F2 goes to 2 F minus 1s. Now what? Well, that's the balanced half reaction. That's the balanced half reaction. We add them together. And the electrons are going to cancel out, but let's put them in there anyway. 2 electrons plus 1 Fe2 goes to F2 goes to 2 F minus 1s. Okay, notice that these cancel out when we add them together. 2 electrons on the right, 2 electrons on the left. Nothing else cancels out, so let's write it all out. 1 BrO3 minus 1 plus 1 F2 plus 2 hydroxides goes to 1 BrO4 minus 1 plus 2 F minus 1s plus 1 H2O. That should be balanced. And if we compare it to what we had last time, it's balanced. It's the same. So whatever you want to use, as long as you get it to work, it's all good. If you need to practice, quiz 10, quiz 11, chapter 12, exercises 12A through 12I, good luck.